So do you guys want to see what's trending on Twitter? We got Stanford, New Cavs, Paul Pierce. Hashtag what does your fursona smell like?
Yeah, I saw that too. I'm glad that wasn't...
What the fuck?
I'll tell you what your fursona smells like.
Chicken
the
wings?
Disappointment of your parents.
Oh, shit. Yeah, you right.
Imagine
Man, son,
just
I wanted you to be a successful YouTuber. Now you're just kind of like a kind of underground cult classic one. Man, you're the Fight Club of YouTubers.
Just imagine, like, somebody with a fursuit who is still living at home, and, like, their mom comes in to clean the room, pick up the trash, blah, blah, blah.
And
then
she's
she
in
finds
her
the fursuit in
fursuit.
the closet.
She's like, son, this is a fox household. How dare you dress up as a cat? You fucking
Like,
sicko.
I don't care if you're gay, but you just can't be a fox.
No, you can't.
Disown
yeah.
you. We'll disown you and emancipate you so that we don't have to deal with you anymore simply because you're
the incorrect
you're a wolf.
fursona.
So I found this one intriguing. It's a fursona that apparently smells like aloe vera, seaweed, and hand sanitizer.
I bet like 90% of them smell like hand lotion.
This one is apparently just a bunch of cinnamon, and it's a horse that's dressed in fucking latex. Speedo.
What the fuck? Why does this exist? Like, I don't consider myself a prudish
I was
person,
saying this
but
morning,
like, what?
But there are two fandoms that I can't understand and will probably never understand. Like, anime, I get it.
Anime,
Doctor Who, I get it. But furries and My Little Pony, I will never get.
And there's a
fandom
big
for.
overlap.
And I will always think that anybody who likes those things are weirdos.
I'm sorry, Damian. If you want to leave the podcast now, it's okay. I understand.
But hold up, you think it's bad just these people posting it? I just went into the comments for the horse one. Oh wow, great choice. Yum. Another one, as if they didn't look delicious enough already. Drool.
Oh my god.
Oh gosh.
These are all very fat white men.
Oh gosh,
Yes.
I love the smell and taste of cinnamon.
I'm gonna taste your fursuit.
Probably
That's
tastes
the
like
thing about this
fucking
podcast.
sweat.
Oh god. Tastes like sweat and shame. And disappointed parents.
See, this one's the most...
And working at Costco because you can't get a good job.
Furry by night, Costco employee by day.
How does one smell like ice?
Costco assistant manager
Or
by
snow.
day.
My name's Dan Richardson, and this is my story of how I became the world's strongest furry, the Fury Furry.
Just imagine, like, a My Strange Addiction episode where there's a person who says, I can only have sex with the fursuit now. It's kind of a problem.
And it's Night Owl from Watchmen.
Why?
Do you remember that scene where Night Owl can't get it up unless he's wearing his owl costume?
No.
And they have to do it inside the owl copter?
No.
I don't, but that sounds amazing.
Alan Moore is an amazing lunatic.
Alan Moore is like the craziest homeless man who ever got rich. He lives in a medieval England castle and is like a creepy recluse. Did you know that?
That's fucking awesome.
He also believes in a snake god in the sky. That's actually fake, but he still believes in it. He believes that it's fake, but he also believes that it isn't fake.
The snake god?
Yes.
Deloa?
What?
Come, me brothers, we must pray before Deloa and commit the sacrifice. Like, he's part of that, like, that cult from the Predator movies. That's like the bunch of Rastafarian Jamaican snake cults. Oh wait, no, they worship the scorpion. I'm sorry, I got my Predator lore confused.
No,
I'm sorry.
No, he's not a Rastafarian. He's a Pastafarian.
Oh.
Everyone knows that the true deity is the giant floating turtle on which we all live on, right?
Yes.
Stephen King and cocaine. Got
Or
it
a
right.
lovely mix.
Yeah, the joke about it is that it was co-written by cocaine.
I believe it.
That's pretty good. Well, I mean, have you seen pictures of Stephen King in the 80s?
Nope.
He looks like Alan Moore.
I don't even know who that
He
looks
looks like a younger Alan Moore with the crazy eyes.
He looks... Okay, so he has a giant bushy beard.
Oh boy.
Like super long hair, a big unibrow, and he looks like he's stoned off his ass, and not like calm stone, like pot, like he just injected a bunch of various
just
different
high.
things into his eyebrows.
Oh.
He looks scary, and it's awesome.
You could totally imagine that guy writing a book where a bunch of prepubescent boys take it in turn to have sex with the one girl in the group.
Yeah, in the sewer.
After killing a
places.
demonic clown.
Exactly.
A true American classic.
This is what America is all about.
Having underage orgies in the sewer after brutally murdering supernatural clown ghosts.
Yes, this is America. Did you think that this country was about freedom or self-determination or anything like
Not
that?
anymore.
No, it's about the clown
about
killing
clown
and orgies.
And dick size.
That's what this country was founded
jeez.
for. You
My
really
button's
wanna know
bigger
the
than
things
your
that George
button,
Washington
Stephen
got up to in
King.
the bedroom.
And it actually works.
Oh god.
I actually have a lot of respect for the guy because I wrote a horror novel that was 200 pages and it took me like 2 years.
And he wrote one.
And it was very hard.
He wrote one like 1,000
And he-
fucking pages.
No, he writes like 1,000-page novels every week. Do you know how many books are under his name? He writes
And
so
under his
quickly.
pseudonyms.
And his pseudonyms, like all of the times he put a fake name, he has so many fucking books underneath his like list. It's absurd how much he can write in like a short amount of time.
So I have a question for you.
Dogs are barking.
Yeah.
So, Amazon keeps bugging me and telling me to watch Cowboy Bebop.
Yes.
Should I?
Yes.
I haven't finished it, but yes.
As someone who doesn't like a lot of animes, it's just unironically good. It's just like it's a really
How is
solid
it
story.
unironically good?
Well, because then you get stuff that's I think ironically good, like JoJo, where it's just bizarro, crazy bullshit, and you love it just because it's so weird and stupid. But like Cowboy Bebop is like genuinely just solid storytelling.
I actually own that one. That's one that I own that I need to get around to finishing. It's so fucking good.
Yeah.
It's got a really solid soundtrack, pretty decent animation for when it was made, and
Some interesting sci-fi
the 90s,
concepts. Yeah.
that's
Yeah, so my roommate loves anime.
good. You have a good roommate.
But his favorite anime is Fate Zero, or the Fate series overall.
That's unfortunate. Everyone knows my distaste for the Fate series.
I've never finished one series of it, so I mean I can't talk too much.
It's yeah. I don't want to get into it again. I feel like it's gonna last for 20 minutes if I start talking about Fate. If you can hear video game button clicking, it's because I'm playing Hulk Ultimate Destruction again.
Did I ever tell you of the time that that he took me and another guy from my dorm into to see one of the new Fate movie?
Nope.
No?
Well, that happened. Like last semester when the new Fate movie came out, he bought the tickets and asked if we wanted to go with him, and I said sure, why not. And then
And you
the
realized
guy
you
across-
made a terrible mistake.
However far it is
and the
from,
other guy in the
where
dorm
I am
drove us
so we
to
drove.
suburban Detroit to go and see a Fate movie. So then it was snowing that night. So then we got out of the car, and then we got into this giant line full of like weebs and neckbeards and like the occasional Asian person.
The normal looking Asian people and then the scary looking white
there's
people.
There's 3 types of people who were in line for that theater who were going to go in and watch Fate Stay or whatever it is. There were the neckbeards, overweight middle-aged men with really long, terrible looking, badly groomed beards.
Yeah.
There are the weebs, who are like the girls and like some guys who are like, really into it and appreciate it for the storytelling. And then there's the normal looking Asian people.
How is the weeb the one that like enjoys it for the story? The weeb is the neckbeard. That's how that works.
Like the neckbeard is the subsection of the weeb.
But
the weeb is
you can be a neckbeard and not be a weeb.
And you can be a weeb. The weeb is the one who's like, oh my god, fucking anime. I'm so good. I'm learning Japanese from this anime, even though it doesn't use proper fucking.
Oh god.
Grammar.
We know that person.
That's the weeb. The people there for the story and
I'm learning Japan so I can move there one day because it's so superior to American culture, you guys. David, tell me how spot on that impression of his voice is.
I haven't seen him in like 4 years.
But
so I can't tell you.
I saw him like 2 years ago. It's very close. I've been working on it. I've been waiting for the moment.
Right next to your house.
Oh yeah.
He lives far away from me.
So yeah, he saw the park from the Arkham Knight review, because sometimes he watches my stuff and he's like, "Hey, that's 5 minutes away from my house. We should hang out sometime." And I went, "Yeah, no."
Yeah. So that was a fun time going to watch an anime movie in suburban Detroit.
Did you have to drive past all the ruins and bombed out buildings?
Like, no. The thing is, like, if you're gonna have a theater that shows anime, it's on the nice side of town.
The gentrified side of town that doesn't look like a war zone.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you pass by Ann Arbor as you're heading west towards Detroit, and then we went, like, on the north side of town. And that's, like, closer to, like, what is it, like, I don't know. It's on the other side of the town. It's on the outskirts of Detroit. It's the nice part of town. I mean, even in Detroit, there's a nice part of town.
I'm sure.
Of course.
I'm sure. See, I'm just disappointed that you went and saw a movie that's supposed to be like you have to have the show for context to it or whatever instead of an original like
Yep.
Like Your Name or
I saw it and I had no idea what was going on. I'd only watched one episode, like 2 episodes of Fate Zero, and that was all I knew going in.
Was it because Will made you watch them?
No, it was because my roommate made us watch them.
We have a friend from high school who made me watch all of Fate and all of Naruto, or at least all the plot-relevant episodes of Naruto, so I thank him for that.
Okay. And see, I'm doing the...
We skipped like 250 episodes. It was kind of embarrassing for the show.
I'm doing the mistake thing. I'm watching through Dragon Ball Z, the original, not Kai, and I'm not skipping anything.
Oh, God. That's a lot of standing around talking.
That's a lot of Goku sitting in a spaceship that somehow causes drag in the vacuum of space when it loses a panel on the exterior, which causes him to fly into a sun, and him standing around doing sit-ups in 100 times gravity, while he's taking 6 days, but 50 episodes, okay, more like 20 episodes, to get to Planet Namek.
That sounds awesome.
Totally.
This is the best. This totally shows me why everybody loves Dragon Ball so much.
Because there's like 800 episodes of people just standing around not getting anything done.
Yeah, I mean I don't know about you.
To be fair,
but that is what I look forward to in a really good television show.
To be fair, the quality of the fights and stuff make up for it, and I think stuff like Super and the series after Z pick up speed. But Z was made when it was still like the manga was still being published, and so they had to like throw in filler while Akira Toriyama was finishing up these chapters, so they knew what the hell to do.
Why do you call it manga versus manga?
Because manga is the actual pronunciation, and hearing manga makes me want to slit my wrists.
Oh, you're one of those people. There's this kid in high school.
Manga.
I said manga, and he said, "Oh, you're reading mangoes? That's so weird." Like he was trying to make fun of me for it. And I was like, "Fuck you! I kiss girls. What do you do?"
He kisses not.
Okay, you can go pronounce that word correctly while I'm over here socializing with human beings.
How's that
asshole.
going for you?
It's all right. I have a lot of cool friends. I hang out with you. You tell me.
I mean, the previous sentence you just said cool friends, and this one you said me. So I think there's some wire that's missing.
I contradicted myself.
Yes, you did.
Oh.
Well, the thing is, like, the anime part is not cool, but the other parts would be more cool.
His beard is pretty cool. Have you seen it?
No.
He has a cool beard.
I also have a cameo in a comic
Anime
book.
is like one of those things that just forever taints the way you look at someone. Like if you walk in on them masturbating or something.
And every time you see them from that point forward, you think about it.
Exactly.
The whole thing.
Exactly. That's what anime is.
You walked in on your friend watching anime, and now you just can't look at him the same way. I saw your weeb dick. You exposed yourself on stream. Did you hear that guy Darkside Phil, that Let's Player who's known for being like garbage?
Never heard of him.
Okay, so like a lot of times he's just like super bad at video games, and then will blame the developers or say the game is broken because he doesn't read anything and doesn't know how to play them. Like, he's infuriating to watch, and he's just a really scummy, mean guy. But on top of that, he got caught one time masturbating during a live stream, but it was like a face cam, so you couldn't see anything. So you just see him like just fidgeting in place and then leaning back, and the sound was off, and everyone's just in the chat like freaking out and screaming. And it became like a bit of a meme for a while, like 2 years ago, and he got like irrelevant again for it. It was like a blessing in disguise for his channel.
Oh boy.
But then, like 2 days ago, the same thing happened, except without the face cam, the audio was on, so they just heard him going, "Oh,
Oh my god.
That would be so awkward.
I don't want to imagine. I'm sure somebody.
There's like
use that for
several
source
YouTube
filmmaker
channels
things
just
now.
devoted solely to making fun of him.
You've got the audio for that.
You have the audio from
yeah.
that and the video from the previous
you can
one.
use some,
You could just sync them up, yeah.
or you could do some source filmmaker stuff.
Oh god, someone made source filmmaker models of you and me.
Wait, really?
Yeah, this, it was Zeo Zevin or Zevin on Twitter. Like modified the Scout model from Team Fortress and like made 2 different versions of it for you and me, David.
Huh.
And it looks great.
That's awesome.
I want someone to like do like some goofy animations with our dumb conversations. That would make me so
Hey,
happy.
remember when I talked about you putting some models into VR chat?
Oh yeah, in VR chat.
It's doable now.
Boom, boom.
You know what? I actually talked with William pretty extensively about VR chat modifications, and I was like, so how likely do you think it'll be that you could make your own like models to add for this? And he's like, depending on what engine they use, probably I could really do it. And then he loaded it up onto the developer toolkit thing on the website, and it said that it uses Unity engine, and he just starts screaming and cussing. I was like, what's wrong? He's like, Unity is garbage!
But it isn't. Have you played Escape from Tarkov?
Apparently it's just hard to use, not like the quality is bad. It's just like not developer friendly, I guess, is what his problem is with it. While as with like Source or like Unreal, he can use pretty well.
So hey, did you watch that trailer for that new Amy Schumer movie, I Feel Pretty?
No.
Do you
No.
want to?
No.
Why
Amy
not?
Schumer.
I don't get the Amy Schumer hate. I mean, she's just like
Don't you
Another-
defend her!
another.
Don't you do it!
Another raunchy bad comedian. Like we've got a dozen of those,
If
including.
Adam
the Seth
Sandler is a bad
Rogans of
man,
the
then
world.
Amy Schumer is a bad woman, okay? We
I
have
don't
equal
care. I mean,
opportunity
like, they're both
hatred.
in the same ballpark in my head. They're just like, they exist. So
You exist.
I don't care about Amy Schumer, and that makes me more on her side than about anybody else on the internet.
But why? Also, I want to apologize. Apparently, I had the gain up on this microphone up until just now.
So it's going to be really loud in the editing.
Yeah, and it's going to have a bunch of
Good.
noise in the background. You know,
Good luck with that, David.
but from now on, it should be cleaner.
It's okay. We deal with this pretty much every week. Professionalism? What's that?
Right? But no.
So anyway, do you want to tell our dear readers what you've been working on? Yes, I said readers. What you've been working on the past week or so, Damian?
Oh,
Because I feel like that's an interesting talking point.
so how much do you want me to give away? I mean,
Not plot details, but pretty much everything's fair for fair game. I'm
okay. Well, so due to a lot of things that I won't go into, there's just kind of been some issues revolving coloring and stuff, and so I figured I'd try to take up the mantle for the project I Am Become Pestilence, which is the comic that we're trying to publish, and it was a bit of a nightmare. They gave me a little bit of a stress test for trying to get 5 pages inked and colored, and what ended up turning into less than 3 days, because when I thought I'd be back in town and at home at like 5:30, maybe 6 o'clock p.m. Tuesday night from Denver when I was visiting Xavier, I actually didn't get home until about 9 and didn't start working until about 10. So I lost a good few hours. And after going through 3 pages fully colored, I had like less than a day left, so I just inked the 4th page, started inking the 5th page, and I fucking realized, lo and behold, the entire time I was doing this with pages that were less than half of the size that we're actually going to be using. I only had...
Oh yeah, so if we were to like print them on a piece of paper, they would look like partially pixelated.
Very pixelated.
Because of how small the resolution is versus what it needs
Yeah,
to be.
the resolution for the pages that we're actually supposed to be coloring, that I've started on page 1 of... Let me pull this... Well, I have to go into... They're supposed to be...
Also, can I say that I Am Become Pestilence?
I'm
is a really
well
dorky
aware.
Name.
I know.
I love it. But The Strange Talent of Luther Strode is a very clunky name.
But it got
Well, at
it's
least
on
you
the
can,
cover.
you can shorten that down to Luther Strode, but what do you shorten down this
Pestilence.
one to?
Pestilence?
That sounds like really bad.
No, it
still.
doesn't. There's even a...
Because Pestilence has very little to do with what the comic is actually about.
But pestilence is a disease ravaging...
But it's not...
Pestilence
not-
is a disease ravaging a area.
But the disease doesn't really... It's just a plot device to create what the actual story is about, so it doesn't really
Not
relate that much thematically.
Yes, it
and
does.
besides, pestilence is a really arcane word with a very specific connotation to it that doesn't come anywhere close to what you're meaning to.
Well,
So-
how about this?
And the badges are too big!
You can complain to me a little bit more once you've gotten past the 5th page of the book that I
The
sent you.
badges are too big!
Okay, yeah, he's also been complaining about how the police uniform in this sci-fi space setting.
Hey,
The shoulder badges look cheesy.
They're not
David.
just badges, they're shoulder
Hey, David.
pads.
They still look terrible.
Have you
look
ever been in the line of duty and needed protection from the sides from potentially getting shot? Well, there's not really a whole lot of protection if you're not wearing something that size, and that would protect the lungs and heart a good amount from something from the side.
But it just looks terrible.
No,
it
it
doesn't
doesn't
look
terrible.
anything like what a real uniform
That's because
is.
it's not a normal
It's
uniform.
a sci-fi uniform. Okay, so
But, like,
so do
there
Star
has to
Trek
be some sort
uniforms
of
look like what
realism,
the
and you need to
military
ground
wears?
it in the real world.
You need to ground it in the real world.
If they're
since
wearing
this-
fucking orange sweaters. My commanding
It just
officer
looks
gets the
terrible.
special orange sweater.
Beam me down,
but because
Scotty.
I'm a science officer, I get the blue sweater. Oh, and that guy's he's a red shirt.
He's gonna die. Scotty, beam me down. Sir, Captain, you haven't taken off your pajamas yet. I don't care, Scotty. We got diplomatic missions to do. I gotta do this. No time for changing.
Don't worry, Starfleet uniforms look like pajamas. They'll never know. You see, that's my go-to defense anytime David criticizes something I enjoy, is to just start mocking Star Trek. Even though he never defends it, and even sometimes agrees with me.
I love Star Trek.
I gotta admire the ad hominem.
It's such a shitty, lame defense, but I do it every time.
Ad hominem, it always works. Just see the election.
I'll win this presidency yet, Mr. Man.
So if any future presidential candidates are listening to this podcast, the key to winning an election is calling everybody, coming up with cute little nicknames to insult them with.
And mocking the disabled.
Yeah, that too.
I do both of those things.
And bragging about sexual assault. That also helps.
It's locker room talk.
I haven't done that
Don't
one.
worry.
Sounds like a socially inept Spider-Man sketch.
You just become president by saying all these horrible things.
I have so many ideas for more socially inept Spider-Man things, and
You should
I'm
just
like-
make that like a web series.
I'm hesitant to ask William to work on any more of them because it takes him 7 weeks to do just one of those, and he always works so hard, and I can't pay him because I can't even afford food. And I'm always like, dude, are you sure? And he's like, nah, man, I'm doing it as a favor. It's fun. I like working on these in my free time. I'm like, are you sure? Because you worked for 24 hours straight on this one, and that's kind of unhealthy. And I kept begging you to stop, and he's like, yeah, I'm good. This is why I do it all the time.
Like I
He said
said,
as his eyes started bleeding.
like I told you, a stress ulcer or two isn't gonna stop us.
I hate all of my favorite people because they're so nice, and they're too nice. And they do terrible things to appease me.
Okay.
And it makes me feel
Let's
bad.
get back to Pestilence for a fucking second, okay?
Well, I hate you, so there's that.
Okay, good.
So, I think, David, I might send you this ink if you want to edit it into the thing, just so people can see what I'm talking about. Page 4, okay? Last page I completed. It switches to nighttime in there, and I had thought of this really surreal concept to show, how secluded it is, and kind of the basic premise of them being trapped in this thing that I don't know if I can talk about.
It's just like a surreal sci-fi environment that's supposed to be kind of claustrophobic and uncomfortable, as opposed to a city with open air.
Mm-hmm. And to specify this and to accentuate it, I had taken the background of one of the panels on this page and
Which is completely blank the way it was drawn.
turned it all black, and then put the lights in the background to look that are supposed to kind of light up the background and keep the place illuminated.
Kinda like the ceiling of the environment.
Mhm.
Yeah.
But it took me forever because I had to line up these essentially spotlight looking things into columns, and then put them in enough so that they looked like they're kind of curved or at least diagonal, and all well and good. And I'm like, okay, finally, I'm done with this page. And then after I finished that page is when I finally figured out that these pages that I was doing were fucking, let's see, But
Like a third of the size of what we need.
this page is 1500 by 2297, and the actual size of the pages that we're doing are 4286 by 65, 61.
Jesus
So
Christ.
I have to redo that whole fucking background column shit. I'm so upset.
It was so bad when you told me about it yesterday because you sounded so like you. I wasn't hearing your voice because you typed it, but you still sounded so defeated, and I felt so bad because you had been working on this like so hard for, like, the past 4 days basically just to find out that it was all for naught. Comic books are hard, dude. Don't make them. Just give up on your dreams.
I was so proud of this page too, because like the little effects that I put in the smoke in the first panel, and just like how heavy I made the shadows for this scene, and like all this, and it's like, oh, this isn't right. It's the wrong file.
You ever do that, David? Where you just like work on a giant project for a super long time and then realize you have to start over from scratch?
Mm-hmm.
I think the worst time something like that ever happened to me was when I was doing the Splatterhouse review, and just like, I guess for whatever reason I just had too many tabs open on Google Chrome at one point while I was editing, and they're all like YouTube videos playing at once. I have no idea what the hell I was doing. I think I was trying to like sync up like 15 videos at once as some kind of goofy experiment, and it like crashed my computer and like blue screened me, right?
Eesh.
And I was like, oh no, well let me go see and make sure that my save file, because normally it saves a backup like automatically. I pulled it up and then like opened it, and there was no backup, so I was like, okay, I'll go look around in the program files and find it, because like I went searching like really hard for this thing to find the the saved version, because it like I couldn't open the other saved copy. And the review, it was like 13 minutes, and I was on the 11th minute when it crashed, and the whole thing was just gone. So I had to start completely from scratch trying to remember what I did the first time, because I was doing that thing where I was making the editing all like overcomplicated and syncing everything like crazy.
You always do.
So I was like hunting for like every individual clip again so it could go to the song in the exact same way, and I was like so mad. It took me like an extra week to make that review because I had to start all the way over.
That's what happened with me and the Couch Potatoes RoboCop review. What happened with that file is that it was about halfway through editing it, and then it got corrupted, and then it replaced every single like file in the timeline with the this one clip.
Was it at least a funny clip?
No, it was just the opening of the video.
Oh boy.
So then I had no idea how to put it back together, and I couldn't find the backup file, so I had to start all over again.
Oh god, I hate that stuff. That's like the scariest part of doing this kind of work that's so heavily reliant on computers, is that computers don't give a shit about you and will actively screw you over at a moment's notice for no reason. And sometimes there's no explanation, it just happens.
Because they're computers.
And like half the job is troubleshooting when you're doing this kind of stuff. And that's why I save 2 versions of every project file now. Like I'm so nervous that I'll save like a backup one, and then just kind of every time I save, just like switch it out so they kind of alternate. So if one of them becomes corrupted, I'll at least have the other one saved in like a completely different folder, even that will have been untouched, and it'll be fine. Nerd.
What are you doing? Being prepared?
Oh yeah.
Having extra advantages and precautions? Nerd.
Thinking things through.
Fucking nerd.
Being cautious.
So yeah.
Being realistically cautious.
Who does that? Only dorks.
Only some kind of punk ass bitch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I've got I'm so close.
To what?
I need 41 more subscribers, and then I'll have 1,000 subscribers, and I won't be demonetized permanently until I get 1,000 subscribers.
I mean, it won't last you that long if you do get permanently demonetized.
You're permanently demonetized until you're not anymore. Very soon.
Until you get those 45 subs.
I haven't.
It's like, come on.
I haven't.
I need 41 subs, so I'm so
41.
close.
Well, it wouldn't hurt to get more than that.
I need more
I've rallied
subs-
people to subscribe, and so far they're
But
not
chances
doing it.
are, if you're listening to this, you're already subscribed to me, so it doesn't matter if I'm telling you to subscribe. But if you're listening to this at this point, tell all your friends to subscribe, and if you're being obnoxious, then don't. 'cause
Take
being
their
obnoxious
phones,
is
pull
dumb.
open their YouTube app, then subscribe, and then put their phones back, and then even though you didn't do anything else with their phone, accuse them of sending nudes to your boyfriend.
Oh, and
Yes.
if you're not subscribed and are this far into the video, also subscribe.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know how that's possible.
I mean, somebody can
But-
find your channel. I mean, I know YouTube's
Yeah.
algorithm's pretty fucked, but sometimes.
Who looks in their suggested things and just sees like a random podcast and then goes, "Yeah, I guess I'll listen to that."
Podcast
Like, I have
people?
no idea who that. Like, there's just people who just like listen to podcasts all the time and are just like constantly looking for a new
Yeah,
one.
those are the people that listen to NPR.
Okay, I mean, maybe.
Okay.
I've never met a podcast person. I meet people who listen to podcasts of creators they like, but not like someone who just listens to podcasts on their own.
Well, there's always someone.
There's always that one weirdo who's like, I don't like visual mediums, I prefer to listen. Or like me, you know what I started doing?
only a Japanese visual media.
So if it's an American product, it needs to be audio only.
Yeah. I want to look at American people. Because they don't have they have inferior
They don't have
culture.
dinner plate sized eyes and purple hair.
Yep.
We're making fun of one specific person. I hope you know that, Damian. We're not like making fun of people who like anime. We have like just this grudge against one very unreasonable and annoying person we both went to high school with, who on separate occasions rubbed us both so far the wrong way that every time anyone talks about anime, we fidget a little because we keep thinking of all the dumb shit he said.
Mm-hmm. I hear
And
ya.
there's another guy kind of the similar camp, but I didn't talk to him enough to hate him that much. But one time I remember there's this other guy. Fuck it, I'll say his name. His name was Isaac. And we were sitting on...
yeah.
We were sitting on the bus together
He was
once.
he was a furry, and everybody teased him for it.
Oh, really? I didn't know about that
He
part.
liked cat girls.
Okay, we were sitting on the bus
Hold up,
together
cat
once,
girls are different
and,
from furries.
Well, he liked furries that are cats and girls.
Not like a girl with like cat ears, like anime style, like flat out, just
Oh.
anthropomorphic cat woman, like Cheetah from Justice League kind of
Yeah.
character.
All right. Just clearing that up.
We were going on like a field trip once to like a bowling alley or some shit, and he was sitting next to me on the bus, and we were just kind of making small talk, and I was like, it was back before Walking Dead got terrible and unwatchable, so I was still into that show. And I was like, yeah, you know, I like watching that sometimes, Breaking Bad, you know, like TV. And he goes, oh, American shows. Yeah, that's silly, but like, all right, it's what you're into, I guess. I was like, what? Oh, what? And he started telling me about like the name of some unpronounceable anime. There's this thing he started going on a rant about how he watched 800 episodes of some random show from like the 60s, some anime that I can't even remember the title of it because it sounded so hard to pronounce. And of course, he painstakingly enunciates every single fucking syllable in it to make sure it sounds as Japanesey as possible.
But like,
Because God forbid he sounds like someone who doesn't speak it natively.
but
right?
like the
And,
funny thing is though, if you heard a native saying it, chances are you wouldn't catch every syllable.
Yeah.
And That's true. That's what's especially dumb about it is that he puts so much effort into it and it still sounds wrong anyway. And he was telling me about how it was like 800 episodes long, 25 minutes each, and he watched all of it. And I was like, was it good? And he said, not really. And I said, well, if you didn't like it, why did you watch 800 episodes of it? And he said, just so I could say I could. I'm like, you fucking wasted like hours and hours of your life. You could have written a book. You could have like talked to a person. You could have like had hobbies or like gone outside or something. You spend it all watching an anime you don't even like so you could brag to the 2 people on Earth that don't give a shit. What is wrong with you?
I mean, I'm kind of doing that with Dragon Ball Z right now.
There's redeemable factors about that. It's not like 800 hours of garbage.
It's about 600 hours of garbage and 200 hours of good stuff.
Yeah! That's so on point. You nailed
pretty
it.
much. But, like...
That is exactly the show.
But I don't know why, I just can't bring myself to skip the garbage. I'm enjoying it too much. It's just so fucking cheesy when it's going on. Just like... It's like, oh, look at Bulma trying to keep this Dragon Ball away from Vegeta while she fights a giant crab underwater. Now let's cut to Goku doing sit-ups in 100 times gravity.
Killing crabs in the ocean. Kill it fast. Anyway,
Vegetaman?
Vegetaman.
Vegetable Man?
Vegeta is the anime Venom.
It's really weird, though, watching this show that's like 30 years old now. And, like, knowing enough about the future of the show to know certain characters, you know, don't die, or it's like, oh, Vegeta eventually comes relatively a good guy, and, like, all this shit, but it's like...
He completely heel turns, and then Bulma becomes his wife.
Yeah.
And then they have a kid together from the future who's basically Kyle Reese.
Yeah, like, watching this right now, like...
It's awesome.
Kylo Reese?
Kylo Reese, yeah!
Like, at this point, though, Bulma's just terrified of Vegeta, and he's like, I'm going to kill you and everyone you love. And then all of a sudden, later on the show, he's fucking banging her and having future kids.
I want to have future kids with green hair, person. What?
It's blue.
It's blue?
Yeah,
No!
her
hair is
her
green!
hair's blue, Xavier.
Fuck! Don't do this to me! I thought it was gray for a while, and someone was like, no, it's green.
Have green hair. Anime girls can only have blue hair.
You haven't seen Higurashi,
and sometimes purple or pink.
You haven't seen Higurashi,
No! God damn it!
What?
You're making things up. It's green.
No, it's not. David, is...
You type in...
I've never watched
Everyone type
any of
in the
these shows,
chat.
so I have no idea what
Damian
you're
is a
talking
stupid liar.
Alright, everybody in the chat, tell Xavier that Bulma's hair is a light blue.
No!
Destroy his
All
sense of
these
reality.
years. Everything I know is a lie.
Well,
I don't
then
even
again,
know
you're
why I
also
bothered.
colorblind, so there's that.
Vegeta's outfit is also blue.
Well, I knew that.
Just making sure.
Oh, I feel bad now on my insides. I want to go home.
Okay, so I'm finding some images on Google Images with green, and some with light blue.
Aha! Damian furiously starts Googling.
I think... Oh. The first image I see is Bulma ass from the original Dragon Ball.
But in the original, she's like 10.
Yeah?
God damn it. People are
This is
weird.
Japan. They have different standards. It's a cultural thing. You wouldn't understand.
No, I think she was a teenager.
How dare you make fun of my culture?
I think she was a teenager in the original, but it was... I'm sure you know...
The art style?
I'm sure you know Roshi is a bit of a pervert.
Oh, yeah.
And he was saying something about...
I like how recently Roshi did, like, some stuff in, like, Dragon Ball Super. Like, I can't remember what it was specifically, but he did some creepy shit recently, and because of, like, how much sense of humor has changed since, like, 1989 or whatever, like, it did not fly this time, and everyone hates his character now.
But...
Like, I think what it was is he made himself all super buff and went into his like superpower mode, and then started chasing around some girl, making the implication that he was going to rape her, so she was like scared and running away screaming, and it was supposed to be like a comedy moment, but it just came off as super creepy and upsetting. And
it's like the bit in Deep Space Nine where Quark has to impersonate his mom because his mom's sick for a very important business deal involving that would lead to women having rights. So then Quark has to become a woman.
Oh yeah, he used to get a sex change surgery.
So he gets a sex change surgery on the quick, and then he becomes a woman for a day. And then the guy who he's supposed to be pitching a business deal to falls in love with him, and then he's like, and then the guy's like, "Oh, I love you. You're such a beautiful woman." And then he starts like chasing Quark around the room, and he's just terrified. And then there's this other bit where this other guy comes in and says, "No, it's Quark. He's dressed up like a woman." And then he has to reveal himself naked as a woman just to prove that he's a woman for that one episode. And then after that, you just want to take a shower because you feel unclean.
Oh, that's great.
And it's supposed to be funny, but the bit when Quark is being chased around the table...
Expose your alien vagina so we know that you're on the up and up. Otherwise, we'll be highly suspicious of you.
You need to prove your femininity.
That's another quote for the book. Expose your alien vagina so we know you're on the up and up.
This makes me feel bad.
I want someone to just go through all the podcasts and just make like a compilation of all of my dumbest quotes. Like that time I asked if I could be a lesbian.
Well, if you become a trans woman and you're still attracted to women, then yes, you can be a lesbian. Otherwise,
that's
no.
what I was asking, and you said no the first time.
Well, I said no because I don't think that you're actually going to become a trans woman.
You don't know. Maybe I want to, huh? How about that? Maybe I might just do it, just to spite you.
Well,
that's how much I hate you.
Bills,
I'll take a pair of scissors and do it myself.
Oh God. No.
No, why do you do this?
No.
You push me to do these things. I like how the conversation stays relatively normal for like 80% of the podcast, and every episode we always get to that last 20%. Sometimes it's at the beginning, sometimes it's in the middle. You can never tell when the 20% is. But there's the 20% where I'm just saying weird shit to upset you.
And the 20% where you talk about cutting off your dick.
Yeah.
Why would you do 20%. That to yourself?
Just to prove you wrong, because you don't know me.
But here's the thing. If you become a transgendered woman, then you will no longer have white straight male privilege. Do you want to sacrifice your privilege to become
How
a
will
queer
I ever
trans
graduate college now?
What?
Oh no.
You'll no longer be a privilegeman.
Oh boy.
Oh no. I don't want to give up my man privilege. Whatever would I do without it?
I mean, there's the only reason why you're popular on YouTube right now is because of your male privilege. So.
Because I'm white?
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Can someone
because you're a little bit too white.
Oh, I'm very white. I have more privilege than you because I'm whiter.
Mm-hmm.
Does that mean that I have the most privilege?
'Cause you're super pale?
Yeah.
'Cause you look like Dracula.
Yeah.
Like specifically that Dracula from Stephen Lichtman.
See, and you're able to say that now because you fucking met me.
Yeah. You see, you can't hide the paleness by just saying that the computer camera is off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, to me,
the colors
you're
are a little
still a
washed out.
disembodied voice on the internet. Speaking from that
that
hidden
picture...
hinterland of Wisconsin that nobody's ever been to, and I don't think really exists.
Okay, if you want to know what Damian looks like, just picture a millennial version of Jesus.
Mixed with Dracula.
Mixed with Dracula.
But Dracula is Jesus.
He's got a point.
Oh, dude, this new lore is awesome. I want to worship that
retconned it.
Bible.
Oh.
I like this retcon. Dude, someone should make a comic book about this. Jesus became Dracula. Like he got, like, really mad after everything that went down, and that's why he's, like, afraid of crosses.
Huh.
And, yeah.
Coming to you from Crunchyroll.
Of course that would be an anime, because they love vampires and also mixing weird Judeo-Christian shit with, like, action movies.
Mm-hmm.
It's such a perfect combination. You nailed it.
I do the anime. I am the anime, even though I've
Damian,
never
would you
watched one.
Would you be willing to voice the main character in my new anime about Millennial Dracula-Jesus?
Yes!
Yeah.
Alright, we gotta push this. We're pushing this now. Get the Kickstarter going.
So is Millennial Dracula-Jesus gonna be like a misunderstood, like, loner bad boy, or what?
Yeah!
Of course. What else would he be?
And of course there's gonna be the main character, like the Mary Sue, I mean, fully developed protagonist who comes into the castle of Millennial Jesus Dracula
Jesus. Yeah.
and teaches him to not kill people anymore and to love humanity again.
No.
So that he can love the audience. I mean, sorry,
Love the audience member. I mean, the girl.
The girl.
Oh, and there's this. Van Helsing is chasing him and is like, "You're an abomination to God." And he goes, "No, I am God."
And then Van Helsing is going
like,
to be the other member of the love triangle.
And then Van Helsing does the
Nani?
Nani? He does the little weird cackle noise that they do in anime when he's like, "But that's impossible."
And he's going to be the other member of this love triangle. So you're gonna have a sexy Van Helsing who's trying to get the girl.
Van Helsing is a sexy woman. We're going
get the
with the
Mary
Stay
Sue,
Night
main
version.
character.
Yeah,
away from
Van
Dracula.
Helsing is a sexy lady who has like a hat and a trench coat and a crossbow, and runs around in like thigh-high boots with high heels on them.
Yes, we have to do the other
vampires
anime
and
trope,
werewolves.
which is make Western legends female.
I mean, there is that Van Helsing thing on Netflix that has Van Helsing being a chick. I haven't watched it yet, though.
I didn't know that was a thing.
There's also Stan Helsing.
Stan Lee.
About a guy named Stan.
Mm-hmm.
What if Stan Lee is Van Helsing?
That's how he's been able to live so long, is because his eternal quest to eradicate all the vampires keeps him alive.
And then he just decided to write comic books just because.
It's just a side venture. His real goal is to finally find Dracula
and
kill
this
him
is
once
how
and
he
for all.
manages to kill so many vampires, is that everybody just thinks of him as that kindly old man in those Marvel movies.
But he's actually like super strong and like can like do backflips.
Maybe
and shit.
Yeah,
Morbius the Living Vampire was like a little bit of a like shots
He's throwing
fired.
shade.
Shots fired towards Dracula.
Oh, dude, he's trying to win the media war against Dracula and his vampire kin by writing vampire villains into his comics and making the public hate them even more. So that's why he wrote the Marvel version of Dracula and shit. Is so Dracula, the real one, can read it and be like, "Damn you, Stanley! You and your constant muckraking in the media."
And then he also tries to
I'm
turn.
going to remove your media license.
And then he also is
Your
trying
fake
to.
news cannot take away my power.
But he's also trying to sway some of Dracula's minions into fighting with him with Blade.
Oh, yeah! He's trying to get him confused because they're like, maybe I don't have to serve Lord Dracula. I can serve Stan Helsing Lee. We're coming up with so much good lore this episode.
It's wonderful.
So,
I want a 50-page comic of this on my desk by Monday. All the people listening and doing fan art.
So which one would you rather watch first? Millennial Jesus Dracula, or Stanley Helsing? Or what if they?
I want a
Dracula.
crossover!
Dracula for me. But the thing is, he
Yeah.
has to be wearing a Green Day shirt, and he has to be introduced listening to Jesus of Suburbia.
No,
Oh!
Jesus Christ Superstar.
That too! Because he's like, he really loves listening to songs about himself. Except for Christian rock, because it makes his vampire ears burn.
What if
The-
there's
the
a
only-
bit where like vampire hunters try to get him down with Christian rock? And he's just like he's just like writhing on the floor bleeding, and then
Oh, the
and then
songs
Mary
are
Sue
so
has to go
repetitive.
and
Turn it
unplug
off.
the speaker.
Turn it
The
off!
only bit of Christian rock he can handle is like Monster by Skillet. Because that's very Christian.
Turn off the music, or else I will die. You must help me, Mary Sue. You are so important to my story.
All the goths that were at the
Jesus
part.
Dracula-kun, I'll save you! And then she goes over and just smashes the boombox with a crowbar.
Yeah.
I did it! I saved you, my love!
But the thing is, like, he's like the
And then they have sex while they're still bleeding, while they're still covered in blood.
No, he's drinking her blood while they're having sex, but it's like supposed to not be creepy somehow.
It's like
Like
sexy.
playing it up. Look at how romantic this is.
See, I like to imagine he's also like the leader of a clique of like goth teenagers and shit, like from the local high
Ooh,
school.
what if like he has his own like goth rock band?
Oh no, we're getting into Twilight territory. I don't like the subtle implication that Edward Cullen might be the savior.
No,
He
no,
is.
not that. But I just like the idea of these people just like, oh, look at this dude, he's such a fucking badass. He looks like a vampire. It's like, I am a vampire. He's like, oh yeah, whatever you say, man. And then like once he starts having a seizure in the middle of the fucking Christian music, everyone's just like, oh dude, let's join in on this shit, man. Like this is how we rebel against
It really
the
becomes a new dance
Christian
move?
stuff. Yeah, it becomes the new goth like dance to Christian rock.
And then like suddenly on the goth nightclub circuit, it becomes popular to play Christian music to dance on it, ironically too.
You have to be such a hipster to dance for several hours in a row, ironically, to Christian rock.
Seizurely dance.
Well, hey, listen.
Seizurely.
If you are not willing to do that for your hipster, then you're not a true hipster.
You have to commit.
Yes.
You gotta put forward all of your effort.
You're not a real hipster.
Oh,
Not unless you do this one specific thing.
Oh, okay, alright.
This is a beautiful, beautiful thing we've created.
Look upon my works, ye mighty in despair.
I don't know how we're gonna top all this.
I don't know. I have one idea. It's something that popped into my mind before this today. I was in the Discord and Scrubs had mentioned something about the game Batman Vengeance, and while I was typing it in to see what it was because I'd never heard of it, I saw a comic book called Batman Venom. But apparently it's about him, getting poisoned by the venom, Bane.
That Bane uses.
Bane venom. But then I thought of how cool would it be to have a comic where Batman gets the Venom symbiote?
Isn't
That
it
would be
weird
really
that Tom
dumb.
Hardy has played two characters that are powered by a thing called Venom?
That's awesome. But yeah,
It's a living.
yeah.
It's how he gets his kicks.
But
he just likes the word Venom.
how do you think it would work if Batman somehow got the Venom symbiote stuck to him?
I don't know, because I
probably
don't read
just
Venom comics.
Start eating criminals' brains, and then probably feel really bad about it. Batman's like a total hard ass. He would make like one mistake with the suit, and instead of trying to figure it out, he would just like immediately try and get it off and destroy it and like burn it to shit. Like, I have to put it in a rocket and launch it into the sun. Just because he's so drastic about everything.
I've also got something fun. So I was texting or Facebook messaging this other kid who's at my college with me, and so we came up with a story treatment for episode 9, Star Wars.
Oh wow.
Tentative script for episode 9. Rey decides to marry Finn,
but so she can join light with dark. But Kylo, who's a racist
more ways than
dickwad,
one.
Oh.
tries to stop the marriage because he can't stand interracial marriage. Poe, his heart broken by Finn's heterosexuality, directs his affections towards Kylo, who also happens to like girls. Furious, Poe becomes a terrorist who murders both Resistance and First Order troops without care or
Got to
cause.
eradicate the straights.
See, it's progressive because it explores sexual identity. And then, of course, Grand Moff Leia looks on in computer-generated distress. But wait, what if Rose marries Kylo Ren as well? He forgot about the other minority. Yeah, he thinks the Asians have white privilege too. And then Snoke returns from the dead, revealed to be reincarnated Hugh Hefner, who has replaced his undead genitalia with a massive lightsaber. And we also have to have Ben Swallow and Poe get together or at least kiss. So he's going to be converted to the rainbow side. Not light, not dark, but rainbow.
I'm in awe of this.
What about... Or no, it's like a dream scene where a Poe gets in there. And I wrote the dialogue for
Gets
this.
in there. That's the most horrible way you could describe that.
I wrote a dialogue scene for the scene between Poe and Kylo. How did you know that maternity pants are my kink? No idea.
They ride up over the baby bump that you don't have, Kylo.
I wish you could see my face right now.
Can you wear the mask during sex? No, I broke it.
Damian,
Sorry.
take a picture of your face so we can put it in the video.
Can you wear the mask during sex? No, I broke it. Sorry. Can you get another one? If you really want me to, Poe dear.
I broke it Poe dear.
But
He broke it during a very angry elevator ride.
but if you're in the mask, how can you do oral? We'll find a way.
There's a slot. You just press a button and it does a little Star Wars-y like and steam shoots out, and then the opening slides up.
And then he can do oral.
Yeah.
And then Luke and Yoda are lovers as well as Force ghosts, and they drink green milk and do stuff. And turns out
I thought it was blue milk.
Turns out Yoda was a trans lady.
Well, I mean, he does have the same voice actor as Miss Piggy.
And Holdo was Leia's lesbian lover after Han left her. So Leia's bisexual.
There you go, Xavier. You have my face.
He sent a picture of his angry face.
Oh boy.
I'm gonna send it to you.
I'm gonna put this in the thumbnail.
Are you ready to see the most upsettest millennial Dracula-Jesus?
Yes.
Best part is I'm wearing a fucking shirt that says "Keep calm and be an otaku" right now.
Looks down at Deadpool jersey.
Oh, I never wore my Deadpool shirt around you.
You failed. That was the only way to win over my affections.
Although it is a
I
bit of
remember
a...
my girlfriend in 10th grade bought a Deadpool bikini.
Oh my god. It is...
Just so
boy.
she could get my attention.
It is
Do
a...
you know what the only thing that's worse than a Deadpool bikini?
Hmm.
A Minions bikini.
Oh god. The
Deadpool and Minions are about the same level of funny at this point.
the shirt is a bit of a meme pool shirt though, but I like it because... Oh. It's relatable. It's the I have issues. And he's going,
I have that shirt.
hey!
Yeah, we can wear it and match, buddy. And everyone will think we're a couple.
Who says you aren't?
True.
Hey, now we're not gonna retcon that quite yet. That's a season 4 reveal.
Hey now, we're an all-star.
Get your game on.
Get laid.
Oh.
That's the lyric, right?
No, I'm triggered.
Oh,
Well, it's
I'm
the
sorry.
other thing that you
I'm not
need
enough
to
of
do.
an all-star. I'm not like Shadman. There's a reference for you.
So I have another thing about the Star Wars fandom that I want to say. Like, look, I get the Holdo Leia thing. I get the Poe and Finn shipping, but you know what the shipping that really weirds me out is Rey and Kylo Ren.
Because they're cousins and also hate each other.
They're not cousins.
They're cousins.
They're not cousins.
Totally cousins.
They're not cousins.
Super cousins.
Let me guess. They're
They're
siblings.
not cousins. They're not cousins. They're not siblings. They're not related. But also, Kylo Ren wanted to murder everybody he knows. Everybody she knows and loves. So, like, that's not a
Yeah, but so did
foundation for a
Vegeta
healthy
want to kill
relationship.
Bulma and everything she loves. Look how that turned out.
Terrible. Their relationship is so weird.
But it's still a relationship.
Yeah, but it's not a healthy one.
As long as he doesn't murder you, I guess it's fine. Is that the logic?
Yep.
Yes.
All right.
As long as mommy and daddy love each other very much.
First we had for it not to be rape, it has to be consensual. Now we have for it to be relationship, they have to not kill each other.
And love each other very much.
That's the point we're at with 2017 or 2018. Are you killing each other? No? Well, I guess it's better than what we were doing in the 2000s.
Flashbacks to O.J. Simpson.
How was the 90s, sir?
90s and 2000s are the same thing.
I was talking with Brandon yesterday, and we were going like a whole silly thing talking about how birds, specifically what are the birds that can repeat like sounds? What are they called? Parrots, right? A parrot's testimony. I'm sorry, I'm blanking on the word right now because I'm so excited to get to this. We were talking about whether or not we thought a parrot's testimony could be admissible in court.
Yes.
My name's OJ. I'm gonna kill you. Hey, Paulie! I told you that in confidence. What the fuck? You sneaky bitch.
Snitch.
You snitch. Sneaky bitch snitch.
Can't remember the words parrot or snitch.
It's been a long day.
The parasnitch?
I woke up 2 hours ago.
Hey, same.
You're weird.
Thank you.
Sometimes I sleep in past the podcast, and David's like, "Hey, what's up?" And I'm like,
Sorry, been super busy. Just got done saving the world.
yeah." In my dreams. I'm really hoping
are a
that my
terrible
microphone
person.
is picking up my audio. For some reason, the thing is not going super high, and I'm scared. I'm very upset.
Just be louder.
Ah!
Okay, if you've been in the room with Xavier recording, he is pretty loud.
Just be louder.
You know what? That's the thing, is that microphones don't pick you up unless you're very, very loud.
I mean, this one does.
Well, that one's a liar.
No, I can hear myself quite well. Then again, it's pretty close.
That's because
And it's a shot.
that's a weird.
It's a shotgun mic as well, though.
Hey, you can't say that on YouTube.
What are you inspiring people to be?
Don't inspire people to
terrorists?
go up to schools dressed as the Punisher and shoot Uzis at night.
Ah, that was a fun day. I really need to get around to recording, or to editing that, but I was busy.
I sent you as many of the files as I could. There's a couple of them that are still, like, struggling along to even upload because they're so big.
Oh, God.
Primarily the chicken wing one.
Oh, God. Just imagine me trying to download that one.
Oh, yeah, because your internet's kind of slow. That's the kind of file you need to get a hard drive, go to the library with like really solid internet, download it there, then go home.
See, the thing is, though, our town is just that shitty for internet. There's no option for higher than 10 gig download.
Oh.
Or not 10 gig, 10 meg download.
So
See, this is kind of why I told you to export it into 1080 first.
Well, it's too late now.
He's very
It's too late
lazy
now.
when he wants to.
Yeah.
Xavier's got fucking high-speed Colorado internet and is like, yeah, you'll download it just fine as it's taking.
It'll be okay.
Hey, I'll tell you this: that I live in Colorado when I'm not going to college, and the internet is better here than there. My internet is pretty shitty too.
Is it 4 meg download speed bad?
It's can't handle streaming a visual novel bad.
Oh yeah, because you were trying to stream Doki Doki, and it was like buffering every 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
It's that bad.
that's up speed. Mine would probably be like that. I have a 1 meg up speed.
Yeah.
I was so disappointed because
It's usually we had like 1 point. We were lucky if we'd get 2 meg download when doing Steam.
oh yeah, I remember I was so disappointed in that first stream you did because like I was waiting for the moment that makes the game like bearable, that makes it like super awesome, and you were playing it and playing it and playing it, and then the stream cut off like 10 to 15 minutes before you even got there, without us knowing.
I didn't know that I thought I was kept streaming by then.
And it didn't record the most important part of the whole fucking thing.
I still need to finish playing that.
I didn't spoil it, so get on it.
Yeah.
It's like 2 hours of nothingness, and then 1 minute of like, oh wait, this is actually kind of cool, and then, another hour of like, this is mildly interesting, and then it ends.
Yeah, that's fair. I think I had a more enjoyable time playing it than you did, just because there's like a lot of random stuff that happens.
And also Josh was there.
Josh was there.
Josh!
Josh is like the ultimate hype man. He can make anything boring seem cool.
Damn it, Josh.
He's like the greatest person to play a Japanese visual novel with, even though that's made by an American dude. It's very convincing, though.
He's made by a weeb.
A very talented weeb.
I can't remember off the top of my head. Does that have dub or not? I can't remember if the character's voice.
What?
Doki Doki.
No.
The character's voice? No?
No.
No, there's no voice.
Okay. I couldn't remember off the top of my head.
Text. Well, actually, there is one scene where someone talks, but it's like way later.
When was that?
In the credits.
I don't remember that.
Okay. So anyway, do you think that was a good podcast, you guys?
Man.
So hey, did you like my latest YouTube video?
I did, because I was in it.
No.
Or wait, no, that video.
That video? I don't know what video that video is.
I remember people were so shocked and confused that you did that, because it sounds more like something I would do.
Oh, wait.
Yeah.
I haven't watched it, but I saw you post about it. I need to check that out.
Just check it. Just look at the title and then tell me if I'm a terrible person.
I remember as
You were a terrible
Saving
person
Private
before you did
Ryan switching. Yep, this one.
Yeah.
that. But I added the Best Day Ever theme song.
Uh-huh.
And the best part is when it says like, "Oh, I'm just having best day, tying my shoes," and then somebody's leg blows off.
You synced up the song with what was happening really well, and it upset me.
So basically, I whipped that up.
There was
on
a lot
Friday.
of high-level editing in there.
I whipped that up on Friday as like a joke, and then I went to dinner and I showed this to this kid at school, and I was like, "What do you think of this?" And then he said,
What do you think of it?
Because it was private.
Look at this.
Because it was private then, and I just said like, "I don't know. I feel a little bit weird about uploading this. So what do you think?" And he said, "This is terrible, but you should upload it anyway, because I don't think anybody else would ever come up with this." Oh boy.
It's terrible. You did a bad
Oh
thing.
boy.
I did a very good thing.
I'm scared to watch it.
It's amazing. The comment section is worth it alone.
And I'm going to it now. Oh god.
Mm-hmm.
Oh god. I love this movie too, Saving Private Ryan.
There's only one good scene in it, and it's this one.
And it's the 27-minute long scene.
Yeah. This the Omaha Beach scene is the only good scene in Saving Private Ryan.
But how?
Fight
I
me.
haven't seen... I don't think I remembered what happens after that part, because I watched the whole thing too. But that was the part that I liked the most.
Ironically, this is one of my favorite movies as a child. This is the kind of movies I watched growing up. This and Happy Gilmore.
You're a weird
There was
kid.
a lot of Happy Gilmore in my. There was a lot of Adam Sandler comedies in my childhood too. Not gonna lie.
Little Nicky.
I have
it was
never watched
before-
an Adam Sandler movie. No, wait. I've only watched one.
Which one was it?
It's the one where the dreams and the truck with like the bubble gum.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I'm just gonna
See
look
that
it
one
up.
where he does the really offensive Jewish accent and plays like a couple of little people and they're the most horrible things. And it's an animated.
Eight
no,
Crazy
it's
Nights.
not. It's not his animated movie.
8 Crazy Nights.
His animated movie was great.
Yeah, I love that one.
I mean, great as in garbage, like not.
Oh,
It's like when I say Heavy Rain is
The-
great. I don't mean it for real.
but I love
Oh, it's
it.
Bedtime
It's
Stories.
horrible.
That's the one.
It's horrible, but I love it.
Bedtime
like-
Stories. That's the only Adam Sandler movie I've ever seen.
Oh
of his.
yeah, where the kids somehow inexplicably have magic powers and it's never explained or talked about, and eventually they don't actually do anything with it.
Yeah, that's it.
He just uses it to get ahead at work, and then after he gets too ahead at work and starts doing shit that like makes him alienated from his niece and nephew or whatever, they're like, Uncle Skeeter, I remember his name was fucking Skeeter. They wanted to hang out with him more, and he's like, I'm too busy being a cool guy because of your dream powers that I've exploited. And then I think there's something about like their school is about to get bombed. And then he goes and runs in and saves them and is like, I got you, small children. I'm sorry I did not understand the value of family. And then they live happily ever after and make a new hotel that's smaller and shittier. And it's never explained how the kids can predict the future with their bedtime story bullshit.
What movie was that?
Bedtime stories.
Oh.
With Adam Sandler.
I know it was Adam Sandler. I just couldn't remember the name of it. I feel like I've
That's
seen
the
that before.
only Adam Sandler movie I've ever seen.
How? How have you not seen the good ones?
Good, in quotes.
I
Little
just
Nicky was
haven't.
pretty good.
Never seen it.
Little Nicky does indeed have some pretty fucking funny stuff. Like that scene where he's like, I need to get back to hell, everyone. Can you guys help me? You're my closest friends. And then they start drowning him in a bathtub and beating him over the head with shit. And he's like, I love you guys so much. Thank you for this. And they're like screaming at him, shut up! While they're drowning him.
The talking dog is also pretty wonderful.
Or when him and his brother, because they're both demons, they possess random members of the Harlem Globetrotters and are doing bullshit, crazy magic stuff during a basketball game.
I've never seen this.
You need to, David. Oh.
Oh, it's pretty good.
Popeye's chicken is the shit.
Oh yeah, they had the Popeye's chicken embarrassing product placement. And it's the only time Popeye's chicken has ever been referenced in anything ever. I love Popeye's chicken so much.
Fried chicken is bad.
Shut up, you're bad.
Yeah.
You're not fried chicken.
I'm with Xavier on this one. Fried chicken is amazing.
Have you tried Popeye's, Damian?
No.
It's so good. There's so many of them. There's one right by my house. Next time you come over to Colorado, you have to come get it.
Okay.
Popeye's chicken is the shit.
You fucking.
So, are we gonna have a cartoon representation of Damian on the screen for this episode?
I don't know. I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm not gonna draw it.
Do you want to pester like Brandon or the line of characters and see if either of them want to make it?
Do you want to?
No, it's your show. You do it.
No, it's our show. Remember?
I'm already asking Brandon to help me put together a beat for a rap song for the 40,000 subscriber special. I don't want to keep asking him for shit.
Well, do something.
I messaged Zapman. I told him to put up a sketch based on the term rep Zilla Mendoza. I'm waiting to see what he comes up with.
Did he agree to it and is like actually doing it?
He said that he. What did he say?
I thought you were gonna ask Dane for that. You asked Zapman instead.
I think I'm gonna ask both. See what the two come up with. Because they both have very
Is-
different art styles, and I feel like both would have something interesting.
They're both very white as well. You know who? Am I being racist by having the subtle hopes that if we asked Dante to do it, he would have like the best one ever?
Yes.
Because I bet he would do something really cool. Because his art style is just so detailed and awesome.
Dude, ask him.
But you're also being racist. As long as you're okay with that.
Is it racist to preface it with, don't worry, we also asked 2 other white guys to work on this as well, so it's not just you?
No, that's even more racist.
Just
We asked
pretend rap music is a white people thing.
we asked 2 black dudes before we asked 2 white dudes before we asked you. But we need
And he's gonna be like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you people?
A lot.
That was a pretty good podcast, I think.
I have
Damian,
no
it was a
idea what
pleasure
this one
having
was
you.
even about.
neither do I.
Good
It
luck
wa-
figuring out a
it
title,
was-
because we talked about a lot of weird
It was
shit.
about millennial fucking Jesus
Millennial
Dracula.
Vampire Dracula-Jesus.
I mean, Vampire Dracula, kind of.
Vamp-
redundant.
Dracula-Jesus, Vampire Dracula-Jesus.
Well, listen,
Millennial.
Son of
Dracula
God.
doesn't
Bearded.
mean, just because you're Dracula doesn't mean you're a vampire.
But it does. Dracula's a
No.
vampire.
It doesn't.
Can you change your YouTube name to Dracula Cutler?
No.
Do it.
No.
Do it.
Nah, man. My
it.
YouTube name has very, very big significance for me and my religion. Okay?
Your religion of atheism?
Satanism?
No, he's Satanism. I don't believe in Satan, but if I did, I think it'd be pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's Damian's religion.
Yeah.
Can we found a new religion called Disney?
We already have.
No, like create actual like worships and churches.
I think that's called
And
Kingdom Hearts.
you all like watch Disney movies, and then somebody gives a lecture on the lessons that you can learn from it.
And this one is the anti-Semitic one.
That's the most important one. That's the most important lesson.
I still don't know, like, does anyone know the origin of that? People say Walt Disney was super anti-Semitic, but I don't know. I've never bothered to research the context for it, nor have I seen any of it, like, implied through his works.
Well, there was
Is
that
it just
one
like-
animation. I don't remember if it was Disney or not. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it. It was
There was one that was really offensive to Japanese people during World War II.
and there was the black dude singing black dude one, Skippity or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I can't remember what the fuck the name of that one was.
Skippity doo dah,
Yeah, that.
zippity day. Racism in the 1940s is okay, said Walt Disney at his piano, feeling
In
pride.
1938, Disney personally welcomed Nazi director Leni Riefenstahl to his studios.
Was it before or after we knew that they were super evil?
I
Because there was a lot of people in the U.S. just
1938.
being like totally ignorant of that. Okay, so
that was kind of before, I think.
it was that was before it became our problem, and we decided to get all gung ho about kicking their ass, and we were just like, whatever,
Even if you
not our
weren't
problem.
personally anti-Semitic, blank art allows that Disney willingly, even enthusiastically, embraced anti-Semites and cast his fate with them.
Damn. Why Tom Hanks? Why would you play this man?
Because
Saving
Tom Hanks
Mr.
is
Banks,
an anti-Semite.
more like saving Mr. Nazi.
Oh.
That was clever. You get it? I used the word Nazi on the internet.
Oh.
No one's done that before.
No, never. No one has ever said Nazi before.
Especially not in reference to someone they disagree
guys,
with.
I came up with this this bulletproof strat to win any argument. If someone's saying something and you don't like it, but you also can't figure out a reason to say they shouldn't say it, just call them a Nazi and they'll be quiet.
It'll work 100% of the time.
50% of the time.
100% of the time.
No, 100% of the time, 50%
I'm
of
gonna-
the time.
75%. If this was The Price is Right, it would be 76 and I'd win.
The price is wrong.
Price is wrong, bitch.
Imagine if that was like a
It's another Adam
reality
Sandler
TV
movie,
show.
remember?
Which
The
one?
price is wrong.
That's Happy Gilmore.
I think yeah, you said yeah.
What? The one who says he's
The
only
price is wrong, bitch.
the one who's only seen one Adam Sandler movie that wasn't that one. Made the Adam Sandler reference.
All right, we need to wrap this up. I got stuff I gotta do. I
What
got
stuff?
chores. Let's stop.
What stuff?
I got to do laundry. I gotta do homework.
What stuff?
I gotta do some drugs.
Oh
What
shit!
drugs?
Can't keep a man from his drugs.
Yeah.
What drugs?
The
Tell me. I'm looking to get addicted and I need some recommendations.
The
Well,
drug is called
Heavy rain is a gateway drug
To what?
to cocaine
Why?
because I said so.
What?
The best
What?
drug of all though is anime.
You'll have your you know how they say about some drugs prematurely white your hair and gray you? Anime makes your hair permanently blue.
I'd be okay with that.
You just walk into work one day and your coworkers are like, "Hey, you look a little bit different today. Ooh, did you try something new?" Yeah, anime.
Oh God, you look so much chubbier, and your beard is just so chin strappy.
I'll just suddenly walk.
What happened?
Just suddenly walk into work one day with blonde hair that's spiked higher than the 90s.
Why is there a fedora surgically attached to the base of your skull?
Milady.
If you remove it, I'll die.
It's like that scene from Matilda where they're trying to where Matilda super glued the hat to Danny DeVito's head and they're trying to pull it off, except that they pull it off and like a horror movie thing happens where you like rip off the skin of their skull or something.
Oh.
Like his whole scalp comes off.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh God, did that happen in Matilda or in this like
In this.
hilarious scenario? Oh, okay.
Because in Matilda they just pulled it off and then there was the bits that were super glued to his head and it was played for comedy.
Oh, instead of the horror.
Yes.
The horror that is removing somebody's scalp.
Nah, removing somebody's
I
scalp is
want
hilarious.
20 Nazi scalps by the end of the day.
Oh.
I've never seen Inglourious Bastards. Is it good?
I watched it when my ex-girlfriend was over and we didn't really do much watching.
Oh, yeah.
So it was,
You're a bit distracted.
It was some Quentin Tarantino and chill.
You're just the wet sounds kept drowning out all of the funny dialogue. The wet sounds of baking a cake together, because that's what you do, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
I wish
no,
I
it was
had
the
a
wet
lady to
sounds
bake a
of
cake
you
with.
stuffing the turkey for the meal that you're gonna make together.
Oh yeah, it was Thanksgiving. Yeah. She was like, "Oh yeah, I love when you stuff this turkey," and you're like, "Yeah, check this out," and then you shoved your whole fist into the turkey,
Oh.
and she's like, "That's unsanitary."
Oh,
And you said,
God.
yeah.
Yeah, but it makes the turkey better.
Jesus Christ.
Oh God.
Podcast over. Bye.
I was not expecting that.